I am an anthropologist and I study religious communities. And so even within the Christian community, which I spend a lot of time studying, inequality exists. And the members of these communities have different ideas about how to address social issues, right? So when I go south, right, some Christians love Rush Limbaugh, right? Some Christians love Al Sharpton, right? All are Christians. It seems that we as Christians are also then moved or compelled by our own social, political, and economic concerns. Tocqueville, he suggests, he references, says that the greed of the mercantile class is what will undermine democracy. And to the extent that greed is related to this notion of self-interest. Oftentimes we think of greed as money, but I think in terms of self-interest, where the stakes are not just money, but education, or where my neighborhood is and what my community looks like. And I would argue that this notion of self-interest drives social inequality. The example that I'm thinking of is when I did my research in Halifax County, North Carolina. It's a rural community, but the center city is about 98% white, and the county is about 98% black, right? And the educational system in the city, one can imagine, is a really strong educational system, right? Many of the students, the SAT scores, grades, et cetera, are some of the highest in the state. In the county, you have the exact opposite, right? So these are children of sharecroppers and factory workers in the county, and the wealth and inequality distribution is reflective of that, right? The difference between the city and the county. So there was an argument about whether or not to integrate the school systems, from Roanoke Rapids, which is the center city, and Halifax County, which is the larger African-American county. They have 3 different school systems. They were going to bring them all together. Well, there's a huge uproar in the city, in Roanoke Rapids, because they were like, why would we merge our school system with this poor performing school system, and then we all just have a lukewarm school system, right? And so the kind of logic was all around self-interest. The logic was not necessarily around justice or how to create a community whereby everyone might have access to a better education. The scriptures then, for the Christians there, for us as Christians, the scriptures suggest that we should consider one another better than ourselves, right? They also suggest that each should look after the interest of others, right? Yet this is difficult to manifest in a society, as Ramachandra has pointed out, where many of us look out for our own self-interest. And I wonder, how do we remove some of these these barriers to what one might envision a truly just multicultural society?
For more information about the Veritas Forum, including additional recordings and a calendar of upcoming events, please visit our website at veritas.org.